Hello everyone, I'm Lady Calamere. Welcome to my channel. I welcome you all. I will be doing my 166th presentation. It will be on the Orisha Obba. Obba spelled O-B-A or O-B-B-A. Her whole name is Obba Nani. So Obba Nani, who is she? What is she? Well, we got a lot to discuss. So anyways, Obba Nani comes out to meaning the king's woman. The woman. She was the first wife of Chongo. So Chongo had three wives. The first wife was Obba, then Oya, then Oshun. Now, Obba is her path is that one of being overshadowed, overlooked, and underrepresented. So, does that make her less important? No, it doesn't. She is not one of the most popular known Orishas. So, if you get a lot of books on Orishas, I have quite a bit of books. And most of them do not even mention her, only as Chongo's first wife. And then they have descriptions and everything about about all Orishas except for Obba. And Obba is not even mentioned in most of my books. Like, what the hell? And now she's becoming a bit more popular thanks to the wonderful internet. And people are reaching out to her, and especially for women who need to take back their power. To need to take back their power in society. And I'm not saying I hate men. That's not true. Or that men should be overshadowed and overpowered. No, that's not what I am saying. Okay? Obba. Her colors. Main color is pink. Now, depending on your ile, she will be pink and steel gray. Pink. Another path could be pink and aquamarine blue or a baby blue, a light blue. Sometimes with red and white. She is not to be fed with Oya. She is not to be next to Oya. So if you have an Orisha altar with different Orishas and you have Oya and Obba, may I make a recommendation of bringing Obatala, whether bringing Obatala in his male form or his female form as Ochala, but definitely bring Obatala there. Obatala stops the fighting. He's able to say, no, you guys are not fighting today. But definitely do not feed Obba with Oya. And in some cases, Oshun, but it's mostly Oya. There is a big problem between them. Now, that's what people remember of Obba, the first wife of Chongo. And that he left her. And you may get just a paragraph. So, what? Obba is so much more. Obba is, okay, she is the Orisha of the hearth and the home. She is the Orisha of the housewife. But there's more. Wait, there's more, like Billy Mays. Well, wait, there's more. She is a warrior. And she is oh my God, this lady is special forces. You'll be dead before you hit the ground, okay? She knows how to carry her own. She is special forces. She is a philosopher, a teacher. She is a civilizer. She when okay, before she even got married to Chongo, this lady knew how to balance the book. Okay, she knew how to handle money, and she had money. She was rich. She was rich even before she married Chongo, so she knows how to handle money. She teaches that. She teaches that. She teaches one how to, you know, she'll teach, even in modern times, she'll teach you investments. She'll teach about, balancing your checkbook, uh, you know, how to organize your money. Like literally putting like an envelope full of money maybe, or a bank account, like just for your savings, one for checking and one for bills, one for paying taxes, one for, I mean, she'll literally teach you this. Literally put money in a little envelope or lock it up for an emergency. Okay, maybe some money that you need for transportation. Literally organizing. She is an organizer. Can I learn from her with organizing? I got a little chaos going with organization, but she teaches organization. Alpha, she'll teach you totally how to organize your life, your home, your purse, which my purse so needs it. your your business organization. She teaches. She taught the kingdom of Oyo because she was married when she was married to Chongo, who was the fourth king of Oyo. He was the great king, the king of kings there, and she taught the kingdom to read, to write, to critical thinking, math. She has a gift and a knack for teaching. She teaches everything. She taught language. She taught how she even taught how to cook, how to clean, how to organize lives. She is not just a teacher, she is a philosopher. And she's highly intelligent. Mm. She was the Mikokaku back in the day, the Albert Einstein, the Stephen Hawking. Intelligent. Very intelligent. Very savvy. Okay. She's also another, like I said, a warrior, and she taught how to swing the sword. She taught some Orishas how to swing the sword. When in war, the sound of bombs and missiles and explosions are her. So during her, like calling her, or I would say some Malays, and like when they would call for her, especially her warrior aspect, they would blow off fireworks. But just remember, when you're blowing off fireworks, just remember about the animals that are afraid and veterans that have PTSD. So, just be mindful of that. Obba is also the patriarchal idea of a housewife. She's the stay-at-home housewife. The cook, the clean, keeping your man happy. She's Orisha of marriage. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a double-edged sword with that one. So, she was, in some areas, she is an Orisha of prostitutes. Now, Obba is also deals with the dead. She now lives in the Ile Iku, which is the house of the dead. She is the grave digger. She digs the grave. You know how, like, in Voodoo, Baron Samedi is the grave digger? She's the grave digger. She, when it's time for us to go, she digs the grave. She lives in the cemeteries. So she deals with the dead. Okay? So she is the grave digger. She teaches the cool. She teaches culinary arts. She teaches the home ec. So the not only reading, writing, and arithmetic, but also sewing, cooking, cleaning, organization of the home. She also dealt with protecting her king, her husband. So she was always attentive to her husband. His carnal pleasure, keeping the house clean, making sure he has a full belly, making sure he's pleased in every way. So we got the she was like the 1950s wife, you know, the TV wife. Dinner is ready. She in some instances can be seen as a delicate flower, but if you cross her, we're talking Green Beret here. So, yeah. Obba is against infidelities. She's against of having extramarital affairs. She's against adultery. She can be used to punish those. Now, Obba is more approachable by women than men. I'm not saying men cannot approach her, but I'm telling you, she's more approachable by women. Her number, depending on your ile, will be 8 or 9. So it's usually 8, but it's 8 or 9. Her metals are copper, but sometimes tin. She is royalty. She was born royal, and she is royalty. Depending on the tradition, she is the daughter of Odudua and Yembo, or Yamu, or there's Obatala and Yemaya. Obba's path is that of being overshadowed. You ever feel that you are qualified, or you have a great idea, like, or you have a lot to bring to the table, and no one picks on you for your idea, no one chooses you, they overshadow you, you get underappreciated, or you work hard and you're not even noticed by your boss for the promotion. Everyone's promoted. Less qualified people are promoted because fill in the blanks. But you know more than they did. You did more work than they did. You worked harder, and yet you don't get the promotion. That is sadly like Obba. Or like Tesla, what happened to Nikola Tesla. You know how his ideas would have revolutionized everything. But he was overshadowed. He was screwed over. And his ideas went down the tubes, went down the drain. Oh, what happened in history, especially to women when they made wonderful arts, pieces of art, and then someone else takes their name, puts their name on it. Imagine if you made a beautiful work of art. You worked so hard on your painting, and you're so happy, and you know this is gonna be the next Van Gogh. And someone comes along and signed their name. You know you did the art, but no one else does. Maybe a few close friends. And then they think, Joe Schmo did the art, but not you. I mean, having it throughout history because of people's sex, people's color, people's whatever nationality, where they're from, that their ideas or their what they have to bring to the table is literally stuffed in a little box and put in a corner. That, sadly, is like a path of Obba. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to you if you follow Obba. Mm-mm. But this is how you can feel for her. She knows this path. She knows that very well. But Obba will help you to be strong. She will help you to wield that sword. She will help you to be a warrior. To say, that is my painting. I'm taking you to court. These are good ideas. If you don't like my ideas, boss, Mr. Boss Man or boss woman, I quit and get a new job. If you feel underappreciated, well, maybe, you know what? Maybe my other half doesn't appreciate me, overlooks me, overshadows me. I'll just find someone else. You know what? We're done. Time for a divorce. Time for a split up. Go find someone else, because go find someone else that you think is qualified. I'm going to find someone that appreciates me, or I'm just going to strike it out on my own and appreciate myself. Now, that's the warrior Obba. Obba Nani. Her whole name is Obba Nani. So, Obba Nani. So younger people usually do not receive asiento to Obba Nani. Asiento is a crowning, where you get crowned by your Orisha. Okay? And it's usually not done directly. It's usually you have to be crowned by Oshun first, then Obba Nani. And usually you should be married first, because Obba knows the problems of marriage. Obba Nani doesn't want her children to be upset. She doesn't want them to be betrayed as she was. She doesn't want them to be thrown out or humiliated. So sometimes she finds ways of, play, have your fun, wreck your hell, but don't get married. So, I've never been married, and when I think about it, my last ex wanted to marry me. I have two other exes that wanted to marry me. Oh, thank the gods I didn't do it. My life would have been hell on earth. Hell on earth. Complete hell on earth. I had the trifecta of evil. I dated and been with this guy Les, this guy, well, he's dead, this other guy. I'll just leave it as Thunder, and my ex. The last guy I was with. The guy I'm with now is cool. The guy I was with before, I won't mention names, but God, second worst man I've ever been with. So she may dissuade you from getting married. And we're going to talk about her stories. Don't worry. So her favorite people are faithful wives and like I said, prostitutes, and Obba Nani is good for women to take back their power, and anyone, man or woman, who has been betrayed by their other half, been cheated on, been used, been abused, whether you were married or not. My last ex, my God, he wouldn't even get a job. I was supporting him. And then he was trying to call all the shots, and very abusive, very nasty. You know, and people saw him scream at me. But then he tried to, like, use his little charms. But those who've been neglected, used, abused, whether physical, which once in a while with my last ex, it got physical. He literally cracked my hand in two places when he pushed me down. He put my cat, Sunshine, in a suitcase, locked her, zipped her up, and shook her above the head. That's it. That's it. This is crazy. Went to the police. Went there to get on a report. I mean, this was absolute nuts. But those women who have to flee for their lives, those men who have to, men too, men get abused by their wives, men get abused by their husbands, women get abused by their wives. Okay? So she takes care of those who have been faithful, been good, been caring, and then get stomped on, get their hearts ripped out. She is those who have been so brokenhearted that they still have anger issues years later, or they have PTSD because of it, or chronic PTSD, or complex PTSD, not chronic, complex PTSD, which is different, which usually sets in around 15 or 16 years old by that time. But she helps those who've been through trauma, those who now have an angry heart, those who now have a sad heart, those who have been hurt so bad. Obba knows the power of heartbreak. Obba's element, let's get on with that, is water. Believe it or not, there is a river called Obba in Africa, and it meets with the river Oshun. And when they meet, it's actually very rough. It's actually very rough. It's like, yeah, it's pretty rough. So, Obba element is water. Hey, Joker, how are you? You've just been a good boy. And we got my assistant, Mr. Shadow. Say hello to Shadow. He's just sleeping, being a good boy. I've been a good boy all day, says Joker. The fuck you were today. You weren't a good boy either, Shadow. Neither was Loki or Sir Mew Mew. Wait, they're calling me a liar. They said they've been good, and that I've been bad. I'm lying. Hey, who are you gonna believe, me or the cats? The cats. Ooh, the cats never lie, right? Well, anyways. So, Obba. What was I gonna say? Ow, Joker, you bit me. He's been pulling at my dress here, and it hurts. He's like, he's like using my dress like a pacifier. He bit into me, and that hurt. And I don't have any notes. Now, what was I gonna say? So, Obba, her offerings. Let's get into her offerings. I was about to say something until Mr. bit me. Obba's offerings. Okay. Her sacrifices. So if you're qualified to make the sacrifices, and you already know, I don't need to tell you. However, if, if you're not, I'll just tell you, is the dove, a goat, castrated goat, especially one that has not procreated or had offspring, a hen, or a guinea bird. The what's that called? Oh, they live for 2 years. I think they're called a guinea bird. She loves boiled yam. So you make the you can make yams for her, and they are, you can, especially ones that's been cooked and softened and with with garlic, onion, and corojo butter with what was it, tomato sauce. But other than that, now Oba likes the finest things in life. She likes the finer things in life. Okay, Oba is said to have a treasure chest filled with things, so you can get her a little chest and put little nice things. She loves jewelry. She loves fancy jewelry. The more expensive, the better. She loves gold and yeah, diamonds, cut diamonds. She loves jewels. She loves all that. She. Oh. Why are you in the sink? I'll be right back. Like I said, that's Loki. That's definitely Loki. I don't even know the see it to know that's him. Okay, Loki, what have you done now? Oh, you made a mess, you little shitball. Go away. Thank God. Like I said, up to no good. She doesn't like, don't give her a little ho-ho cake or a Twinkie cake or just like a Hershey's bar. She's not going to like it. She likes the finer chocolates, Godiva. Now these are new, of course. These are more New World. Ferrero Rocher, Lindt chocolates. She likes the specialty chocolates. Oh, you little shitball. Loki? Boy, knock it off. I mean, give her some fruits that have been dipped in chocolate. You can give her fancy stuff. Like, don't just give her a bar of Dove. If you give her soap, make sure it's fancy soap. The fruits that she likes are strawberries, which I can't touch. I can't give it to her. I'm so allergic. I can't touch it. Smelling it bothers me. Eating it would kill me or really mess me up. So, strawberries, cherries. She likes apples. She loves grapes. She loves pink. She loves dates and plums and coconuts. Think of also cake, especially pink frosted cake or pink and blue in her color. She loves French cakes. Like, she loves anything that's pricey. Maybe some of those expensive organic bars, or you can make her a fruit basket. I can make a little basket with those fruits, and please be careful with grapes. Ow! Cats and dogs. Oh, you scratched me, you little fart. Come on, you fart. Joker. So you can make a little basket and put pink cloth. As you see, I got pink silk cloth here. So she would like, you know, you can make her specialty pancakes. Oh, what are those things I was going to say that she likes? These cats today. She loves flowers. She loves pink champagne. Sweet wines. Water from a pond, a lake, or even a river. Do not give her spring water. Do not give her rainwater. Do not give her spring water. Do not give her rainwater. Okay? She loves, like, a dish made with beans, onions, and shrimp. She likes that. She likes fancy things. Okay, that's important. She likes fancy things. She likes so maybe even fancy fruits. These, you can maybe go to Whole Foods and find something for her, or Trader Joe's, or the Fresh Market, or maybe Sprouts, and find something that looks exotic, because she loves exotic things. So maybe you can make her a fancy dessert, or put together something nice. So you can even, make her like, she likes like pink candies. You can't go wrong with pink colored candies and blue colored candies, and put them together, light blue candies. You can't go wrong with anything like pink fruits. Uh, so now another thing, when she possesses someone, she horses someone, okay? When she dances, she's going to usually have one of her ears covered, and that's because of her ear that's chopped off. She's going to have her ears covered, as we see here. And let me give credit where credit is due. I'm sorry, I got distracted. This beautiful card comes from the Tarot of the Orishas. It's created by Zolrak and illustrated by Durkon. So you can probably find this at Amazon, eBay, maybe at your local cult store or Botanica. But she does like boiled yams and so if you can now find her image. Before they were kind of hard. I found this on Amazon. You can even get a bigger one. They have a nice big one for like 8 inches, like $54. And this is cold cast bronze. And the detail is beautiful. And yes, that is a fish. by Berenice, and that is her name there. That is Obba. As you can see, she has her ear covered with her shield. She doesn't show her. So, Obba has been synchronized. These Catholic saints, Saint Joan of Arc, Saint Catherine, and Saint Rita. Some statues showed her as a bejeweled a woman with jewels and her head bandaged, as we can see it right here, with one of her ears out. You see her ear is out and her other ear covered. So she protects us when people are plotting. She protects us. She protects us from dangerous people, their plots and their plans. So other things that are associated with Obba Nani: keys. Oh, the keys. Keys are important to her. A feathered quill, a mask, sometimes the image of the sun and moon are given to her, a sword, an anvil, very important, especially a wooden anvil, believe it or not, a wooden anvil. An image of an ear, I'm trying to think what else. An image of an ear. I know there is more. Okay, a boat. I'm just trying to think what else. I'm just trying to think of what that's called. A boat rudder. So that's important to her. Oh, what was the other thing? That's. Well, don't I feel stupid? Because I don't write anything down. I refuse to write things down. So she even things to sew with, that's also hers. Her herbs, mahogany, chestnut, coast hazel. There's also a Caleta grape that's associated with her. And plums. So Obba, a book, also a book. So the keys that she can use to unlock different situations, but also represents good luck and happiness. The ear represents her ear that was cut off, but also represents the remembering the betrayal of what happened. So there's three stories about how she loses her ear because we're 40 minutes into this. So Obba, so the most popular one. We'll go through that first, okay? Okay. Obba, before she married Chango, she was always rich. She becomes the first wife of Chango. Now she knows, so she always kept her man happy, and she deeply in love with Chango Macho, deeply in love with him. But you know how Chango is. He's got that roving eye. Well, she knew that he was fucking around. But he wanted to take a wife, and she figured it's better for him to take a wife than him going out fucking around. So his second wife is Oya. But the thing is, before she takes a wife, she wants to be considered the alpha wife. She wants the other wives to be subordinate. And we all know that Oya and Oshun, they're not subordinate to anyone. Well, she was upset because she does so much for her man. She cooks, she cleans, she pleases him. But she didn't have any children that I know of. I believe she may have been sterile, at least with him. And she's upset. He's not coming home to her. He's not, spending any time. There'd be days and nights that she's away from Chango. And, she starts crying. She starts feeling, what did I do wrong? So, some stories say that it was Oshun, but a lot of more stories point to Oya, because Oya now became his favorite wife. Don't tell that to Oshun, though. But Oya became his favorite wife. She was hurt, but, so she, they meet up, Oya and Obba sometimes. Some stories say Oshun. And she asked, how do you keep your man? I mean, how do you keep Chango happy? I'm his first wife, and I guess this is her part of naivety, being naive here, but trusting, and just desperate. So Oya, because Oya comes to her, or some Oshun, and tells him, well, you know what I do? You know how he loves me more than you? And he's crazy for me, and he's always wanted me. She said, how? Well, there's a secret. When I make him his soup, I sliced off my ear, and I prepared it in the soup, and I gave it to him, and he ate it. And they say that she actually chopped it up and put it in, and that he eats it, and now he has a part of me in him. So now I'm irresistible. But Obba looked at the ear, and she said, but your ear is missing. Oh, don't worry, it grows back. And some stories say that she kept her hair, one of her, put a wrap around her ear. Either way, she told Obba, trust me, he'll love you, because I want the best for you, being that you're Chango's first wife, It's only respectful that I tell you this. So Obba in desperation, she's preparing her soup for her man. She knows that he's finally coming. And she slices off her ear and she puts it in the soup. Well, Chango comes home. He's hungry. He's ready to eat. He goes, that smells good. And he notices a wrap around her ear, a bandage around her head. And he's like, hey, what happened? And she ignored him and kept on doing what she does because she's always busy, keeping her man happy. She's a type, like I said, she's the type of wife that is very dutiful and very, in this case, submissive to her husband. And she gives him the bowl. He's starting to eat. And then he notices this random piece of meat. He picks it up, horrified. It's an ear. He screams, Obba, what have you done? And he throws the bowl of soup on the floor. And he comes at her. And he shakes her. What have you done? And he removes a bandage from her head and sees her cut ear. And he's disgusted. Because either she's trying to poison him, maybe she's doing witchcraft on him, but either way, to him, she's disfigured now. Now he's got a disfigured wife. And he's disgusted. He pushes her down. And he said, who did this? Who told her? And she said, he said, why did you do this? She said, in some stories, Oya or Oshun told me to do it. And of course, it's either in stories Oya, which is usually Oya, or Oshun denies it. And says, honey, I don't know what you're talking about, Obba, but I know you're trying to break me and Chango up. And Chango is not listening. You see where I'm talking about? You're not being listened to. Obba is trying to explain herself. Honey, I did this because you're not paying attention to me. You're not listening. You don't love me like you should. I'm your first wife. And all Chango hears blah, 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 blah. And all he can hear is disgust. All he sees is disgust. And he leaves her. For usually Obba, she is devastated. Is your heart breaking for this? Her only mistake was trying to get him to pay more attention to her and believing someone that she trusted, a sister wife. Now she's abandoned. She runs. She cries. She is so embarrassed. She's humiliated. And now even Chango's eye is an act of treason. But she is hurt. She's had it. She doesn't want to be with the mortals anymore. She sits there and she cries and cries and cries. Some say that she fell from heaven and became a river, while others say she cried and cried and cried, and her tears formed the Obba River. Her tears were so plentiful that you ever cry so much that you didn't think you can cry anymore? That your cries can fill an ocean? That your heart has been broken so bad? That you were betrayed so bad? Well, some say it was a Olofin, others say Obatala that came upon her, and she says, please take me away from here. I don't want to be here anymore. And he goes, but your role is so important here. She said, please, I am humiliated. I disfigured myself. And she told the story of what happened. And she said, now Jango don't love me. I look ugly. And the great father, some say Luffy, looking at her, he says, she's not ugly. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. I don't want to do this duty anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be around. I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want to be bothered by anyone. And she's crying, and her oh my God, her heart is so broken, and she's sitting there crying. I've done everything right. And it all went to shit. That's what she's thinking. My God, I'm trying not to cry. And sometimes it was a batala or olofi, says, well, I do have a duty that I need to give out. She said, what? I need you to dig graves for my creation when they die. And most people, you're not going to be bothered by people. And she knew Chungo did not like the graveyard. She knew he did not like the graveyards. So she goes to the cemetery, the boneyard, the graveyard, and that's her job, digging. Now, the story where Oya did this, Oshun was worried about Obba. And she went to the grave, and she didn't want to be bothered. She finally found him at the cemetery. She said, what happened? And I'm worried about you. And she said, I don't want you to worry about me. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered by anyone. I just want to do my job of digging graves. And, Obba gave keys to Oshun and say, pass my message on and to people, and that this is what these keys represent. It represents, some say it's different things. Some say it was 3 keys, others say it was 2, and it represents love and hope, or it symbolizes what men need of protection, that they need to be defended, they need to have food, and they need to have children. So that's why they say that when you get initiated, when you receive asiento, it's, depending on your house, it's Oshun first. And that she can speak through Oshun. Now, the other story is that once upon a time, Orba and Chongo went through the forest, and they walked and they walked and they walked, and they got lost, and he became famished, and she knew she had to save him, and she cuts off her ear and puts it, like, she stews it and gives it to him to eat. And then he leaves her and goes for Chunk. Eventually when they get back, he leaves her for Oya. There's another story where once upon a time Chongo got real sick, and she went to, some say, Olofi, and she said, my husband's sick, he's gonna die, what can I do? And they said, well, part of the medicine is to cut off your ear and put it in the stew and give it to him. And that's what she does. She does that. And guess what? Chongo goes after Oya and leaves Obba. So you see, problem there. And now she represents sacrifice, self-sacrifice to the point of mutilation. Not telling you guys to do this, but she represents sacrificing and doing whatever it needs for love, for that attention, for that appreciation. That's what she does. So she represents the sacrifice. But she also represents being betrayed, of the shitty end of the stick of betrayal. So those who have been betrayed, those who have given their all, those who have trusted. Maybe you have that best friend that, slept with your husband. Maybe you had that best friend who just used you to, pass a class. Maybe you had that boyfriend who just used you for money. You were nothing but a sugar mama. Maybe someone, only, used you and suckered you to get something out of you. And when they got what they wanted, they left. Now, another thing is, one thing that I didn't discuss is that Oya is magic. She is a She's as powerful. She is great with housework as she is with warrior, as she is with magic. She is a sorceress. She is a witch. Yes, her magic is powerful. She can teach you the magical arts. So forgive me, I don't have a script, I don't have notes. I have the 3 C's with me: chaos, cats, and craziness, because of the cats. And actually 4 C's, cuteness, because you're cute. But no, she is a witch sorceress. She could teach you the occult. So, like with she can teach you anything you want to know. Spells, offensive magic, defensive magic, whatever you want to call it, white, gray, black magic, I don't care, green magic, purple magic, pink magic, whatever you want to call it, love magic, health magic, good luck magic, cursing someone, maybe you want to do invisibility spells. She knows this. She is a powerful, 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 powerful witch. As she is a powerful warrior, as she is great at the home. And there are different paths of Obba. Some more known than others. Like, for instance, we have like Obba Tunde, and this is like dealing with, dangers when you're traveling. We have Obba Tola, we have Obba Omi, there's Obba Lube, which is pretty aggressive road of Camino, as they call it, a path, Caminos. And the Camino of Obba Lube is she's a ferocious warrior, unbeatable, very aggressive path. And she actually uses a double-edged blade. She uses blades and even razors, and she knows a lot about different spells. And this one is going to be working with a mortar and pestle, with a wand, with a besom, a witch's broom. So she works with that. You got Obala De. Did I mention that? I don't know if I mentioned that. Obba Omi. You have Obba Yuru. And this is the path, the Camino, where she cuts her ear off for the love of Chango. And what she receives is being betrayed and being left to live a life of a hermit. Where she likes to be a hermit. Obba Iku, Labi, Obba Labi, or Labi Iku. This is where she can be used to curse and cause fights and commotions and arguments. And her tool is a double-edged razor. Oh, and she can be used to fuck someone up. So there's like Obba Nupe. So you got like Obba Bomi, Obba De, Obba Yeye. So you have Obba Funke. So there's just so many caminos of her. But there are majorly there's 11 known paths of her, Caminos as it's called. So Anvil was given to her by Ogun, some say as a wedding gift to Obba when she married Chongo, but it's a wooden anvil. But we see the anvil because one of the things that she also teaches is how to make things. Arts and crafts. Yes, arts and crafts, and how to forge things. So, the anvil suggests that. So, she does like pretty things. She does love, love, love beautiful things. And right now I have skulls up there to represent her in the cemetery. So, places that she could be found: cemeteries, rivers, like ponds or lakes. And nowadays, Obba can be used for women's shelters, for those escaping abuse. Obba can be used to help those women. But if you are in an abusive relationship, get out as fast as you can. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal, but get out as fast as you can. Call any and all support systems, places that will help you. If you have to, call emergency. If you are in a dangerous situation, call emergency. Call 911 or whatever your emergency code is. I don't know where you're coming from. Try to find a friend or family member that will help you. Find a shelter, because it's not going to get any better. It can only get worse. So, yeah, and emotional abuse and verbal abuse is bad too. It's toxic. Obba has a way of causing a divorce or a breakup with a toxic person. So if the person is toxic for you, she's not gonna fix it. Most likely if it's something minor and things that could be fixed and maybe misunderstandings, but if the person is being a cheat, louse, abusive, piece of garbage living off of you, not just being a freaking baby, a real piece of garbage, well, she's going to cause a breakup. She's going to cause, either you to move away or him or her to move away, or a divorce. So just be aware of that. She's not going to patch this shit up. Obba is an Orisha goddess who knows what heartbreak is. She can help you with that. She can help you help you with your heartbreak. She can help you to toughen up. It is said that also another characteristic of Obba is that she's extremely fast. She runs fast. I mean, she moves fast. Her skin is thick. And that she's got these superpowers. She's there like Supergirl. Okay? Imagine Supergirl with a sword and a shield. But why would Supergirl need a shield? Well, hey. Well, maybe there's kryptonite guns after her. Bullets, kryptonite bullets. So kryptonite's really actually krypton is actually a gas. In DC, it's all of a sudden it's a stone because of the creator of the stories, Krypton was a rock or a stone. It's actually a gas. But however, I guess that's why Supergirl would be pictured with a shield. Gotta protect yourself from those kryptonite bullets now. Um, yeah. So Oba, yeah, she can fall. She falls under what, you know how they say, the light goddess, the dark goddess. She falls under the dark goddess. Ah, her days of worship. Her day is November 25th. November 25th. And May 22nd. But usually her May 20. I'm sorry. Not April. November 25th. Sorry. It is said that she will punish your cheating, lying spouse if that's what you want. That she will. I mean, she has a thing for her children. And that she will punish them. And you can use her to punish a friend that betrayed you. Maybe she could be used to punish a family member that betrayed you, a relative that betrayed you, another half. She could be just used to punish to protect yourself too. To fight for you. Obba, my God, she can move like she's very beautiful, but she could be very frightening. And like I said, she is that of the thundering of rockets and bombs and missiles and, you know, so she's the explosions, the deafening sounds as buildings are being blown up and in war, and the sound of landmines going off. All that is hers. So just think about that for a minute. And like I said, her path is that of being overshadowed, overlooked, misrepresented, underappreciated. But that doesn't make her less important. No, she's not one of the 7 African powers. No, she's not like considered one of the big major Orishas. But that doesn't make her any less powerful or any less useful. Look at this, beautiful. As small it is, look at the details on this. It's really beautiful. I wish I would have gotten a big. They only had 2 sizes. I maybe should have gotten the bigger one. But I'm happy about, being so small and so detailed. So yeah. Obba gives with her heart. She's that of dedication. She's a goddess of domesticity. She's still considered of the house, the hearth, the home. She was a domestic goddess, and now she lives in a graveyard. What do you think, Joker? What do you think? So Obba Nani, her whole name, crystals that you can give her. Yes, because I know I'm going to be asked that. And these are not traditionals. Think of rose quartz, morganite, pink calcite, Something's catching my eye right here. Ah! Yes, I knocked over something like a dummy. What was I gonna say? You can use well, Celestite has a nice no, I think I would use more of Angel Light for the color, but maybe not. Trying to think of that other blue stone. Like a light blue calcite I would use with her. I know I see something that I needed to hold right now, so it was just twinkling at me. Sorry for the distraction. So, anyways, I hope you learned a lot about Obba Nani. I think I've been talking about it over an hour. You can use her to protect the home, of course, to guard the home, to ward the home, to cleanse the home, anything to deal with the home. The kitchen is also a good place. If you want to put a little image of her, you place her in the kitchen. Forgot that. So I have, you know, I wish I had a bigger home, but my God, I'd fill it with more cats and altars. But, and maybe other animals. But the kitchen is a good place to place her in. For the kitchen is where, you know, you cook. Of course, you cook wholesome meals to keep people alive, to nourish them. And she is a goddess about nourishing, and she is a goddess dealing with nutrition. And she is what some people don't like to call Orisha goddesses or gods. To each their own. But she deals with that. You know, wherever you prepare your meals and cook meals is a great place to put her. So she does deal with the hearth, the home, which the hearth is now the kitchen. So just think about that. Making her homemade bakery goods is, you know, well, I already talked about some of her offerings. So, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. I would like to know what you think of Obba Nani. Have you ever worked with Obba Nani? Have you ever heard of her? Do you feel that she has been calling to you? She's good for those, especially in their middle-aged, or like I actually have an AARP card. That's how old I am. But or for elderly people. I'm not saying young people can't work with her or can't use her for a spell. I'm not saying that. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about her. And please subscribe. Also, another thing. Loki is getting a lot better. So whether you're seeing this today, tomorrow, the next day, next week, or even next year, even if you watch this the third time, I will accept all your spells. So don't have a Patreon account. I'm not making money from this. I haven't monetized this YouTube channel. I'm not making one single red cent. Everything is free. I'm not going to be opening a Patreon account just so you can have special videos. If someone wants to do that, that's fine. I'm not doing that. I'm not here selling you anything right now. I'm not, going to put, that if people want to do that, that's fine. I'm not monetizing this channel in any way. So if you want to pay me, well then send your money to uh, women's shelters, especially those for battered women and children. Send them to the Covenant House that take in children that have been that actually find it safer in the streets than they do find it at home. How disgusting, right? We're supposed to protect our children, not hurt them. So, yeah, give your money to that. If you want to pay me, fine. Pay me with your likes. Pay me with your subscription. That's great money. Or send healing spells to any of my cats. Send any good spells my way. Good luck, good money. Hey, send happy, good fortune spells to me. Protection spells. Put protections around me. You can put protections around my cats and have them like healing spells, especially for Shadow and Loki, Lopis, and all the cats that you see. Shadow is going. He's going to be 19. July 2023, he will be 19 years old. So yes, so if you want to light some candles, do a minor spell, do a major spell, do some major magic for me, send good vibes my way, that's a great way to pay me. I'm not looking for you to send me a dime. I love money. Oh, trust me, I love money. I love, love, love money. But this is not the reason why I'm doing this channel, okay? So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate it. Hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And share my video with your friends and family. And as always, blessed be.